Yeah, and then I'll turn on my camera.
Cool. Sounds good. All right, everyone. Give it a big 4, 3, 2. Hey, everyone. Welcome to the Hoagies N Pierogis podcast. Who is that? Is that a Shane? Is
It's
that
a
a wild
Shane.
Shane? Oh my God. Hello, Shane. How are you?
Good. How are you, Ian?
Doing well. And I think RJ has a little something to show us here.
What's up, motherfuckers? The
Oh my
Eagles
God.
fucking won that fucking draft. We fucking killed that shit, baby. Woo!
Omega RJ. Omega Ham.
I'm not wearing this the whole time. I just wanted that payoff. That's all.
Reaction was worth it.
Yeah.
Holy fucking shit.
The glasses.
So let's just get right into it. I had a nice weekend away in the cabin, but the only thing that I could think of was Cole Strange!
Was what?
Cole Strange! Who the fuck?
It was funny watching the Rams laugh at you.
That it has to be so
We're
demoralizing.
looking at him down there at 104. Shut up! Shut up!
Wait, I meant to look into it after that whole Debo to the Pats was false, right? Like that wasn't a real
Oh
thing.
yeah, OBJ was just trolling the shit.
Okay.
out of him.
Because I saw it yesterday, I wasn't sure what the
Because
follow up
OBJ
that
was gonna sign with the Patriots, and then he.
Oh. What was your? And then Ian tweeted out too during like the third round. He's like, "Dude, we got to get Nakobe Dean if he's there." And then as soon as the Eagles drafted him, I just
I
responded.
tweeted that out
Oh, was that in the
before
second round?
before the second round even started.
Oh.
I tweeted that out like after I'm pretty sure I tweeted that out before I went to sleep.
Oh, I saw it
the
during
first
the
round.
third round. I saw it during the third round, and I was like, we drafted him, and I just found your tweet again, and I just replied, LOL.
Is he even going to play this year, though? I think that's the bigger question.
Yeah, he'll play. He's fine.
Yeah, no. He tore his pec in like
He
week
needs
5
shoulder
last year.
surgery.
He'll be all right. Don't worry.
I mean, there's a reason that he dropped that far.
Well, even if he's not healthy right away, he'll be ready for the Super Bowl.
It's optimistic.
Shut the fuck up, RJ. Shut the fuck up.
That was great.
I don't want to swear in the first 10 minutes for YouTube just in case we ever do make money off of this. But God damn it. God damn it.
It was a great night for Philly. The Sixers won. We had a great draft. I don't really care about baseball as much anymore. Ian, my view on baseball has changed again. Fuck baseball.
I saw your tweet.
and then but yeah, the Phillies won. They swept, I don't know, the Rockies. The Rockies suck, but it was a good time. I texted Corey after we drafted Jordan Davis, and I was like, let's fucking go. I was so excited, and fucking negative Nancy Corey was like, yeah, I'll be on the field for 2 downs. I was like, fuck you. You ruined this. And then I called my uncle when we traded for AJ Brown. He's like, who's going to throw it to him? And I'm like, is anyone but me happy?
That's a fair point.
It is, but like, it's something like with AJ Brown, you can just scheme it where like it's just going to be RPOs. You hit him on a slant, and he's just so big, and it's going to be hard to tackle us. That's for damn sure.
I don't know what the Patriots were thinking. I
Who else
mean,
did they take?
so Cole Strange was their first pick,
Yeah, that was
projected
comical.
third rounder, and then their second pick they traded up to get him.
Tyquan
Thornton, yeah, from Baylor, fifth grade round.
They just don't
picked him at 50.
I mean, they don't know how to draft receivers.
They don't.
I don't. Yeah, Ian, I was texting Ian during it, and he was like, "Bill Belichick is officially senile. Get rid of him."
Is Bailey Zappi, like, is that just
Yeah, what was that?
backup
It's
thing?
it's just depth. The only quarterback they have on the roster is Brian Hoyer, and he's 36. So
Isn't Stidham the backup too, or one of them?
no, I think Stidham was released
Probably about
this
time that he
offseason.
leaves the league.
I think he was just. I had a really high hopes for Stidham. Like I thought he was going to be Brady's replacement, but
No,
yeah,
it's
after they
just
drafted
because
Mac Jones, I was pretty happy with that. Ended up being pretty happy.
that's because you were just still jaded by the like early Bill Belichick drafting and doing good with shit, and he's not going to be good anymore, Ian. Sorry, you're gonna have a
Well,
rough time.
I think at certain positions they know how to grade well, but
Yeah, they do, but
if they need anything else, they're pretty much SOL.
there
Front
is just
seven, they're great.
Yeah,
Yeah,
and then their
yes.
third round pick, Marcus Jones, cornerback from Houston. I
Excuse
they
me.
could have got Strange right there in the third round, and then had Trent McDuffie in the first round instead of Cole Strange.
You could have had a plethora of different people.
I don't
where you
understand.
were.
I
I don't
really
know what you
don't
did.
understand. Yeah, Dax Hill was there too. Got taken 2 picks later by the fucking Chiefs, right? Or no, Cincinnati. Yeah, Cincinnati took him. I was
Yeah,
pissed.
and
I wanted Dax Hill.
I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, where you were at, like all the main, like, I don't. Wait, what was your original draft position? 20?
21.
Yeah,
Yeah.
all the like top receivers at that point were gone, which I was kind of
Yeah, they
surprised by.
were. I was surprised Dotson went so high to the Commanders. But
Yeah.
well, once that, I'm sure they traded from 11 to 16, thinking that one of Olave, Williams, Jameson Williams, or any of those would have been there.
Yeah.
But yeah, they weren't.
I mean, Dotson's not bad, but I
No,
think
he's great.
I don't know about
He's a-
16 though.
yeah, I mean, I think the best thing the Commanders did was draft the replacement for Wentz.
In the fourth round, right?
Oh, that's a steal. He's
Wait,
gonna
Yeah,
be
I
so
couldn't
cheap.
believe. Yeah,
Did they get
got
Malik?
No, they
No,
took
they got
Matt Corral.
Oh, who took Malik?
Titans.
yeah.
So the Titans are gonna have two
Okay.
meatballs in the backfield at some point.
Oh my god.
I mean,
I
I wouldn't want to tackle that backfield.
No,
Not at all.
no. Then they drafted a what's it called?
They drafted
They
AJ Brown.
drafted another running back.
Oh, they did. Who did they pick up?
It was a decent running back. I remember it was a name I knew, so that's how I knew it was at least somewhat.
I mean, my
decent.
favorite part about the Titans was that the comparison for I forget who they drafted for as wide receiver. The
Traylon
AJ
Burks.
Brown comparison, like
Yeah,
Yeah.
they traded away AJ Brown to get AJ Brown, which is like right now I feel like we absolutely fleeced
No,
them.
they traded AJ Brown to get fat AJ Brown.
and I mean I get like you don't want to pay him because he wants a shit ton of money. I forget what the Eagles' deal for him was, but
He said
it's
he
like
would have
20.
signed
It's
for
like 25
22
million a year.
yeah.
We're paying him 25, and we've got like so much cap space. So
I mean,
I'll
I
take
think the
it.
big losers out of the wide receivers have to be the Cardinals. Like I think
Yeah.
Hollywood Brown is. I mean, he's probably top 20, but he's nothing special.
He was
I
getting
think-
better this year.
Yeah, I think
Just-
maybe they're hoping like like a throwback Oklahoma connection with Kyle Murray.
But at
Kyler
the
Murray.
same
Yeah.
time, like you traded a first round pick for a guaranteed second. Like he's going to be number 2 receiver.
Yeah.
Yeah,
And what was it,
Which-
a third round or two?
Yeah, something like that.
but I don't even know why they did that because you've got Hopkins, and you might have gotten rid of Christian Kirk, but Rondale Moore, you just drafted him last year, and he was so good. You didn't use him as much because he was like a 3 or 4, but he's easily a number 2.
Well, I'm curious on how long that's been in. Like, well, clearly it's been in the works for a while because he was out there for their
He
draft
was
day celebration.
there. I don't know how Lamar Jackson didn't know. He tweeted after it was announced. He's like, "What the fuck?" And I'm like,
Oh, dude.
and then there's just a picture of him there. And it's like, how did you didn't know that?
I mean,
It was so funny.
I feel like a lot of teams don't know that if something like that's happening. You want to keep that hush hush.
Well, the trade for AJ Brown, someone was talking to, what's his name? The Denver running back, not Javonte Williams, the other one,
Melvin Gordon.
Melvin Gordon. He was like, yeah, I knew that for like a month now. I was like,
Oh, what?
but they don't. Yeah, but I guess I think they do know things. They're just very good at keeping it hush hush. But
I think it just depends on what it is. Like if it's going to be a big news trade like that, there's probably
Yeah.
certain players that know and others that don't.
But I've also heard things like I think it was First Take or something. They said they were literally on the phone with the Titans during the draft trying to figure out the trade and signing him and whatnot. But I don't know. All that behind the scenes stuff, we're too dumb to know all that.
Yeah. Has there been any movement for Debo at this point?
I haven't heard anything, and I heard they're actually not planning to move him at all.
Yeah, I mean,
So does he sit out?
I mean,
like, is he gonna sit?
I wouldn't. That seems stupid. I mean, we all saw how that worked out for Le'Veon.
I mean, running backs don't matter.
Yeah, that's true.
You can't even and I know people use Derrick Henry, but like Derrick Henry wasn't on the field when the Titans needed a game-winning drive.
No, and like everyone thought Derrick Henry was going to be a bust. He just happened to be like good.
Yeah, I mean
That didn't make sense, but yeah, you get what I'm saying.
he wasn't a bust. He was just kind of good, I guess.
Well, they were like, I remember I thought he was so good in college, and he won the Heisman, right?
yeah.
I think, and everyone was like, he's not going to be all that good or whatever. And then, I kind of lost my point here, so let's move on. Shane, you have a new quarterback. Congratulations.
Woo!
So I know Ian and I don't know anything about the whole unknown quarterback scenarios, really. You're more familiar with it because, well, Eagles.
Congratulations.
I don't know. Competition in training camp. I'm not 100% sold he's going to be a starter. I think Trubisky has a chance. Like, he did okay with the Bears. Give him more weapons now.
I've heard Trubisky fits better in that system for you guys anyway.
Well,
like
I mean,
your offense.
If you look at the draft as a whole, like every team that needed a quarterback, like any quarterback wanted to go to Pittsburgh. Like, look at the weapons you have around you.
Yeah, and you're in a solid franchise who is pretty good at always developing talent no matter what. I mean, you will always have weapons in Pittsburgh because Pittsburgh can always draft well and develop wide receivers and running backs no matter what.
Well, yeah, and them drafting 2 receivers, I'm not even worried. There's been one true bust at receiver in my recent memory, and that's Lima Swede.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
And even your ones that didn't even pan out that well ended up being like decent and had some big plays. Like who was it? Sammy Coates was one. He was good. And then
he
you
was
guys
in the league for 7-8 years. Like that's a solid NFL career.
No, absolutely. And it's fun. Like it's just so funny, like watching the Steelers develop these like running backs and wide receivers, and then the second they leave the Steelers, they're just nothing. Like remember Rashard Mendenhall? Remember that guy?
Oh
He
yeah,
was great for you guys.
Another Cardinal great.
I'm excited for Cam Hayward's little brother. I think he's a huge steal.
Oh yeah, you guys have like 4 sets of brothers now, don't you?
Well, so Cam's little brother, he was playing halfback at I think it was Michigan State, and then senior year he switched to tight end. So he's literally a running meatball. That has good hands.
Yeah.
So like he's just dynamic. I'm pretty sure on the draft they listed him as a fullback, so who knows where he's actually going to line up.
Oh shit.
So you got athlete. They drafted him as athlete.
Well, I mean, and the genetics as a whole. Like Cam Hayward's a stud. His dad was a stud.
Yeah.
Speaking of people with the same last name on the team, we have like 4 Joneses on the Patriots. We just drafted 2 more. Marcus Jones and Jacob Jones, I think, were the 2 we drafted.
Yeah, and like for us, even if like Jalen Hurts doesn't get better at throwing this year, we have 2 first-round picks that we can trade up in a loaded quarterback class next year. At least for now. Maybe they end up like not being so good, but from what everyone's saying, like I've seen the way too early mock drafts that have the Kentucky quarterback getting drafted in the first round.
What?
Will Levis, the guy, the old Penn State backup.
Oh.
I don't know. I mean, it's one of those things too. Like, what's it going to take to get up there? Because I feel like a lot of teams they're testing the waters with quarterbacks this year, and then they'll make their decisions. Like, okay, are we going to make the play in the draft?
Yeah, it's basically like all right, this is your year to figure it out. It's that for Danny Dimes. It's going to be that for Jalen Hurts probably.
And Lamar.
Yeah,
I don't think the Ravens re-sign him. It's gonna be crazy to see, but
which I don't understand because it seems like they love him so much. Like,
I mean, he's done really well, but at the same time, like you win regular season games, but you don't go anywhere in the postseason.
Yeah, I said to Ian, what was it, last week or 2 weeks ago? I said I think I just recently looked at the odds. I thought would be like the third least likely to win the division. It's like a three-way tie between them, the Browns, and the Bengals. But I was going to pick them to win the division because I think people forgot how many people were injured last year. But then they traded away Hollywood Brown, and now I'm like, I don't know who's going to throw. Their draft has basically said we're just going to fully commit to running the ball and having good defense.
Yeah, they really don't have any receivers, do they?
Who did they?
I mean,
did they draft? I know they drafted a tight end.
Well, they still got what's his name, Mark Andrews, but they drafted Rashad Bateman last year, that guy from Minnesota, and he was hurt for a while, and he showed flashes, but like the only like big body receiver they had was Mark Andrews. Hollywood was just your downhill, your not downhill, your downfield threat your typical downfield threat that could catch the ball 50% of the time on those deep balls.
Yeah, Bateman's their number one receiver. Bateman, Duvernay, and whoever the hell James Proche the second is.
Yeah,
I mean, it really was like Hollywood was running downhill last year. He would always trip every other play.
So at that point,
I
then,
swear I would see him trip more than any other NFL player.
do they make a play for like a Jarvis Landry type player then?
Maybe. I don't know.
Is it worth it? I don't know who else.
I think they should, but I don't know how.
OBJ is still unsigned, right?
Yeah, but no one really knows how he's recovered from the surgery.
Yeah, I don't know about that. I don't know. I don't think they're not an organization that really does that. Really, usually their big free agent signings are on the other side of the ball.
Yeah, I mean, but I don't know what they're trying to do because like if Lamar's not their guy, like you need weapons outside. Like,
yeah, that's why I didn't. I mean, where they drafted, you had to take Kyle Harris. That's what the Ravens do in the draft. They just go, all right, here's the best available guy, and he's probably going to be like their next Ed Reed almost. But
I mean, they crushed the first round. They crushed the first round.
Yeah, I mean, even the rest of their draft. Did you see the offensive lineman they drafted later in the draft? He's fucking massive. He's Daniel Falacio from Minnesota. He's 6'8", 384.
Damn.
What's he? He's a tackle too. Can he move?
I watched some of the highlights. He seems pretty mobile. I mean,
they compared him to Zach Banner, which that's unfortunate.
Yeah, they're so. I mean, it's like I said, they just committed themselves, so we're just going to run the ball, basically. And they've got a pretty loaded backfield, like with Dobbins. I mean, even Gus Edwards did all right. The fact that they even made the playoffs last year was impressive. I think they had maybe 6 or 7 different. Or no,
they just missed. Because
that's right.
The Jags upset the Colts.
Yes,
because I was
right.
at that.
Oh game. Yeah,
that's right.
The absolute insanity was happening.
Yeah. That was a crazy game too, the last game of the season, right? For you and the Ravens?
Yeah, it was basically if the Jags upset the Colts, the winner of that game went on to the playoffs.
Jeez. Yeah, that was okay. The fact that they even came close, but they had like 7 different running backs and still like made it work. And even if they don't sign Lamar, do you think they try to draft someone, or do they? Because Tyler Huntley played pretty well too.
Well, and he's just a clone of Lamar too.
Yeah, and that's why they had, what's his name, McSorley. That's why they drafted him, and why they had RG3 because, Trace McSorley, or sorry, McSorley.
I think it's just one of those things that it's been proven that running quarterbacks just don't win. Like they don't win at all.
What are you saying, Shane?
Lamar Jackson's a running back. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah, but what are you really saying?
Ian, shut up.
That the Eagles have no chance. That's what I'm saying.
True. I agree with that.
We made the playoffs last year.
And then got your shit pushed in.
Okay, yeah, because we played Tom Brady and the loaded Bucks, who probably should have went on, but they ran into just the perfect storybook with the Los Angeles Rams at that point.
I don't know. They were pretty depleted though. They had no wide receivers left.
Who
the Bucks?
Yeah. Look, I'm just happy we've got actual people that can catch the ball on the side. I'm upset we didn't get rid of Jalen Rager. If I go to a game this year, I'll be happy to boo him again. I can't wait. It's just, I don't know. Like at this point, I'm just like I'm excited for the season again. I haven't been excited for the season for an Eagles season in a while. So
Yeah,
I'll leave the Eagles talk at that. I think we have become a much more interesting team after the draft.
it's going to be really interesting to see the Eagles fans implode mentally when shit doesn't go their way.
Speaking of going to games, Shane, the Patriots will be in Pittsburgh this season, and I am 1,000% going to that game.
All right, yeah. Once the schedule comes out, we'll set you up with some seats down with me and my buddy.
Oh, fuck yeah. Oh, I didn't even think about that. Oh, let's go.
Yeah, there's no reason to go up to the nosebleeds.
Yeah, Shane goes to like every home Steelers game with his friends.
I haven't missed a home game in 3 years now.
Holy shit. I knew you went to a lot of them, but I didn't know you went to like every
Yeah,
one.
and I've gone to Cleveland once. I've gone to Baltimore the past 2 years. So,
dude, that sounds like fun. Fuck yeah.
I was supposed to go to Buffalo last year for the season opener, which would have been extremely hyped since they upset the Bills.
Oh yeah, that's right.
Ooh.
Yeah. But the whole COVID restrictions and whatnot made it just really hard.
Oh yeah. You know what I completely forgot that I remembered today? Amari Cooper is on the Browns as well.
Yes.
Completely forgot about that because I was watching stuff and they were talking about how the Cowboys, they have CeeDee Lamb and the other guy, Cedric whatever. And I was like, wait, where is Amari Cooper? And I looked up. I'm like, oh, fuck.
He gone.
That'll be that. Your division is by far the most interesting other than the AFC West.
Yeah. The thing is, like, how does the Browns do they get a new OC? Like, how does this change the dynamic then? Like, are they still going to do this ground and pound, or are they going to actually start trying to air the ball out?
I think they're going to keep doing what they've been doing. It's just that they hope Deshaun can execute more than Mayfield could, I guess.
I feel for Baker at this. He's literally just a hostage.
Yeah, I can't believe no one traded for him or anything at this point.
Well, it sounds like the Browns want a lot for him.
Why? You can't
because he's like an average league starter.
He's gonna start.
Quarterback is
gonna
start
for any team.
Yeah, but you should have done that before you got Deshaun Watson because at this point, people know that like they're gonna ask. They're not gonna give you all that because they know you don't need to get rid of them at this point.
Yeah. So what Wagner always says to me is, trash franchises do trash things, and the Browns fit that definition to a absolute T.
It's true.
Like,
it's true.
They knew they were going to make this play, and I guess, and to be fair, they weren't ever really like Deshaun said that they were out of the running and then signed with them, so didn't really give them much time to float the market.
Yeah, that's kind of a shitty thing for him to do.
Well,
yeah, but they also gave him 250 guaranteed, so
way too much.
Yeah.
Gave him like a baseball contract.
It's insane.
We'll see if that year of him not being there really affected it at all. Because, like I said with Le'Veon, I don't remember a time someone sitting out really. They came back and were that good. Like, I mean, he was amazing, but I don't know. We'll see. Having Kareem Hunt and Nick Chubb in the backfield helps a little bit of pressure.
The other thing too is like, what's the NFL? Like, the NFL's going to punish him, right?
Maybe we don't. I don't know. The NFL.
I don't know. I mean, if we're talking about, I don't know, punishments. Trevor Bauer was just suspended for 2 years.
Oh yeah,
for something that was proved in court to be. I mean, he was found not guilty. But
it's more so the fact that like the allegations were there. Like it goes against like the player code of conduct or whatever they're going to word it as. Like he's going to get punished. He's going to get suspended for at least 4 games, most likely.
Ian, did you read the all the stuff that Bauer was accused of? It's wild.
I mean, yeah, I did.
And it was wasn't it true? But she just didn't like press charges at all.
Well, I mean, I think from his eyes, he
thought
it was like consensual.
It's
But
very
like,
weird.
yeah, it is. Like,
Let's
choking her
move
so
on.
hard
Let's
that she
move
passes
on.
out.
Let's
Yeah.
move on.
Okay.
We're not doing this. We're not doing this. That's too much. Speaking of trash franchises, maybe the Jets aren't so trash.
No, they are still
Best-
bad.
Best first round. You have to admit, best first round
They had a great
in
draft
years.
overall.
Yeah,
Probably-
I think they're in the right direction, but they just don't have they need so much.
They
And I
do.
get like that's the point of a rebuild, but man, I guess it's a couple steps forward, but
I think their win total is 4.5, and I would take that over.
Oh, easily take the over. Because the Patriots didn't add enough.
They got one of the best running backs too, and they have Michael Carter and Breece Hall now. We'll see.
Yeah,
I think their defense is not very good though.
let's
think
see
their
if they can
offense-
figure out to get a quarterback. Then they'll really be cooking.
Yeah, we'll see what Wilson does. Do you think teams just like, I mean, I guess it's kind of proven. They just have, like, quarterbacks just have such a shorter leash now. Like, you see people getting rid of quarterbacks after 2 years.
Well, there's such an abundance of them. Like you always know that there's going to be at least 3 to 4 coming out of college every year.
Yeah.
And I think that's the whole, like, you ride out these rookie deals as much as you can.
Yeah.
That's what I feel like everyone is trying to just milk out rookie deals.
Mm-hmm.
Because when do the Ravens have to make a decision on Lamar? Because
By next year.
Yeah,
did
before
they
the
take
next
his
league year
option,
starts.
or are they like? I'm sure they took his option, but he has
Did
to figure out the
they?
contract
I think
too.
I think they did.
I think so. I don't know.
I mean, that's the only reason they went up to the first round was to get his 5th-year option.
And from that class, him and Baker are like the two best. Or no, it was Josh Allen in that too.
I think that was Josh Allen's class.
Oh, then never mind. Josh Allen is very good. I was going to say him and Baker are like the two that have really shown up out of it. But
We have to remember Josh Allen was not that great his first 2 years.
Oh yeah, for sure.
He was actually poop his first year.
yeah, he just would try to rocket the ball down the field every time, and they were finally like, "Hey, like you can throw the ball shorter than 20 yards. You know that, right?" He's like, "Wait, what? That'd be way easier."
Wait, this is real life? This isn't Madden?
We don't run 4 verticals every play? Fuck.
Are you sure?
I called Nate, our resident Cowboys fan, and I guess I wasn't impressed by their draft at all. I think it's doo-doo.
No, they took another offensive lineman in the first round. I was like,
Well,
what the fuck?
Well, they just got rid of one, and they drafted one who also holds all the time.
I mean,
yeah, Tyler Smith.
Yeah, he'll be. Here's my prediction for that. He'll end up going to the Pro Bowl because the Cowboys do know how to pick linemen decently well. He will get seriously injured and then be subpar for the rest of his career and then traded.
It's so funny that, like, over years and years, like, teams, like, the stereotypes for certain teams have just stuck for so on certain positions, and teams have stuck for so long. Like, I just think that's so, because you basically hit to a T a Cowboys offensive lineman. He'll be great with the Cowboys, then he'll get hurt, then he'll go somewhere else, and then he'll suck.
Yeah, I mean, unless you go back to like the 80s, it probably was a little different, but like with the organization that's there now.
Yeah.
I mean, who else did they took another wide receiver, a tight end.
And from South Alabama.
Shane, what do you think of the Steelers picking up George Pickens?
Dude, I love it.
Oh, I forgot that. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah, that was a big get. I think.
Everyone's like, everyone said like his main concerns are off the field.
Yeah.
My whole opinion on that is Mike Tomlin kept AB under check for how many years?
Yeah.
Like, there's probably no better coach than to keep someone under wraps and like clean up off-field issues than him.
Yeah,
It's
just
so
as long
funny.
as Pac-Man Jones doesn't hit him, he'll be fine.
It's so funny that, like, listening to some of the Steelers that used to be on the team when Antonio Brown first got there, like Willie Colon said, like the second you pay that man, he's going to be a problem. And it's just funny to hear that now. Like, I don't know. He just did so well at, like you said, keeping that under wraps until it just, at some point, everything has its own breaking point.
It's just crazy
Business.
to me. Like, and he's openly said at this point now, like the breaking point was Juju getting team MVP that year. Like, that was his mental breakdown of like,
That's sad.
because the number
That is sad.
The number 2 receiver had a solid rookie. He had 1,000 yards and I think 8 touchdowns his rookie year. Like, that's awesome.
Yeah. I think he had 9.
Guys, we were wrong. The Commanders did not pick Matt Corral. They picked Sam Howell.
Oh, that's who it was.
Yeah.
Someone did pick Matt Corral, though. Was it?
The Panthers.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Because then the Falcons took Ritter.
Yeah. And Malik Willis, everyone talking about him to be the first quarterback pick.
Oh. What the fuck was that Drake London pick?
No, a lot of
That was
people said he was going to go first, but I didn't like him. I was happy he went because
I didn't like him to Atlanta. I thought that was the weird part.
The curious thing, I don't know, is Desmond Ritter going to be their guy then? Like, or do they just sort of let it ride and pick another one, again next year?
Who do they have right now?
Marcus Mariota, I believe.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
I was okay with the Steelers picking him up, so I mean.
Yeah, I feel like he's another good stopgap. He's like a Teddy Bridgewater, he's solid. He won't do anything special, but he'll get some wins for you. Yeah. Absolutely.
He did some he did good for the Titans for a while. Tannehill is just won't lose you games. And I guess Marcus Mariota wouldn't, but I don't know. The Titans weren't built like they were now when Mariota was the quarterback. So
yeah, I mean, you look at the Falcons though. You have Ridley after his suspension, Drake London, and
if he comes back, who knows if he's gonna come back, dude?
I forgot about that. Wild.
It's 1 year, right?
The Pete Rose of the NFL.
Did you see? It wasn't like a 12-leg parlay, one 12-leg parlay for $1,500.
He bet
it was something stupid.
He bet $40,000 and won back $44,000 or something. He's bad at it.
Yeah.
I mean, in his defense though, he bet for the Falcons to win and he wasn't playing. Not to justify it being okay, but at least he played those cards right. He wasn't part of that game and he bet for his team to win.
Yeah, I didn't think it was a big deal at all.
I don't know about win.
Yeah, I don't see what that. Half the players, when maybe they do get it, but when you hear them talk about people mention gambling stuff to them, they have no clue. They don't even understand it. I know some definitely do, but
I mean the NBA is definitely probably the most.
Well, I mean it's the big 3, right? Don't do drugs, don't hit women, and don't gamble.
Pretty much, yeah.
That's when you enter the league, that's what they tell you.
Yeah. And they still do it.
They tell you that you can gamble, just not on the games.
Yeah.
But I feel like all those guys go to Vegas all the time.
Yeah, you can.
Yeah. Not sports. Yeah.
They probably. Do you think they're allowed to gamble on the NBA or other sports?
Probably. It's probably not like the NCAA.
Yeah, that's true.
Speaking of, can we just talk about how stupid it is that they banned Celsius?
What?
Wait, what?
Yeah, and the NCAA banned the energy drink Celsius.
The drink.
Yeah.
What?
So the NCAA just continues to take L's over and over again.
You've seen all the shit where people are like, "Oh, I drank used to drink Celsius all the time, and now I have heart palpitations and whatnot." Yeah, so they did a full study, and I was reading through the research, and the individuals that were having these heart issues, they were drinking 4 to 5 Celsius a day. No wonder your heart was beating regularly.
Yeah, that's just people that they used to drink Monster, 3 of the big Monster jugs.
Yeah, is Monster a Red Bull banned? It practice?
No, I guess there's one ingredient in Celsius that they deemed as not good for student athletes. But how fast does that get through your system type of thing too?
That's weird.
Yeah, or I don't know. And why just one? Ban them all if you're gonna do it. But don't, because everything that's in an energy drink you can buy over the counter.
Yeah,
Like you can walk down
exactly.
to GNC and make your own monster.
Pretty much.
Probably won't
Yes.
taste as good, but
Yeah, how do you do that?
It's called pre-workout. Better.
even some of the stuff in pre-workouts banned by the NCAA in certain doses.
Yeah.
That's like
Remember?
technically caffeine is banned over a certain like threshold.
Yeah, you have to drink a fuck ton of it.
Yeah, I think
That's insane.
Paul did the math and it would be like drinking 18 cups of coffee right before your test.
That's
That
like
just gives you
1,500
anxiety.
That's like over 1,500 grams of caffeine.
Oh, I mean, it's an obscene
Or
amount.
milligrams. That's insane.
Yeah, that's called putting yourself in. That's called a suicide attempt, basically.
The whole thing about the Celsius stuff is I just feel for the athletes that are sponsored by them.
Oh, that's
That
true.
seems like a a more healthy alternative to energy drinks.
Yeah, yeah. So whoever was like the NIL deals that involved Celsius, like those people lost out huge.
Yeah, they're gonna start. I think they're gonna start banning more products and stuff. Like I know you can't do gambling or alcohol at least right now. I think they're gonna start to add more, which will be dumb because the NCAA is stupid.
Yeah, I mean it's all corrupt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, like, and the head of the NCAA is stepping down next year, and it's like
Oh, I saw that. Yeah.
hopefully, I don't know. It's just I think it's coming not anytime soon probably, but I think it's just going to be the conferences are just going to run themselves at some point. I think there's a reality where they step away from NCAA.
Anarchy! Anarchy!
Well, the NCAA is like at least in Division One, it's soon going to turn into like what the top. It's going to be the Power Five, and then that's going to be true Division One, and then you're going to have Division 1A.
Probably at some point, yeah. I mean, with everything, with all the movement
Or
that's
like
coming
real
soon.
Division 1A type of thing. Because like at least for like college football, like look at Addison for Pitt. Like everyone's talking about how this is like destroying college football because you have a player who has one good year and now he's upgrading. Like no fault to him, but
Did
that's just
he
how college football is
transfer?
going to be now. Huh?
Did he transfer?
He's going to USC.
I was just listening to a college football podcast the other day, and they were talking about how Pitt is like a dark horse in the ACC because they have him, and they got
Yep.
or Keaton Slovis. I didn't know that.
Damn.
Yeah, he's transferring, which I mean, I get it. The quarterback that you had for 2 years is gone. Like you don't really know I mean, you sort of know, but like there's no guarantee that this is probably redshirt. Can't remember his name.
But I don't think it's gonna like. Obviously, a lot of the bigger schools are gonna get it, but like people are saying it's just gonna still be like the Alabama, Ohio State, and all them like that. I don't think it. I think you're gonna get old brands back, like USC. Like they're not old, but they haven't been relevant for a while. Like Texas is always back. No, it hasn't been, but it might be this year because they've got Quinn Ewers now, and USC they got their. Like I think it's gonna let more players. You know, maybe if it doesn't pan out somewhere like at Alabama or Ohio State, they'll go somewhere else, get their money from Tennessee.
Yeah,
Just
but
signed.
like
They
if
got
they can't bring the glory back to, Pittsburgh, how are they going to bring the glory back to USC? I
I
mean,
mean,
like that's a
we'll
lot of
see.
weight
I
on
mean,
their
they got
shoulders
a
if they
good amount
can't
of
even
players
fix
at
their
this
current
point.
situation.
I mean,
I think the
half of-
biggest part now is the alumni. Like it's going to be the schools with these power alumni.
yeah,
But like at the same time, I mean, you look at the Big 12. The Big 12 didn't have any first round draft picks. Like that's my favorite stat.
neither
Like the
did
Big 12 is
Texas.
not back.
That's a good one.
I don't think Texas had a
Fuck
single
12.
person drafted at all. That's hilarious. But
Holy
so
shit.
basically, Shane, you're saying IUP is going to be the next powerhouse in college football because the creative YouTube went here. That's what I heard.
I
We're
mean,
basically the
he's-
next Alabama.
that's one person.
I know.
I'm thinking USC might have a couple more billionaires.
And he doesn't donate here anymore because we pissed him off.
You know
Yeah,
what? Chattanooga is going to have some powerful people going there because of Cole Strange.
I mean, T.O.
T.O. went
Yep.
at Chattanooga?
Yep.
Yeah.
Oh, all right.
Yeah. This is the first Chattanooga player drafted in the
Still
first
doesn't
round
make
since
Cole
him.
Strange the best pick.
No, it won't. I mean, we'll see. Like, I do. You obviously look at how the analyst or whatever grade your team afterwards, but I think it's so stupid. You're not going to know until the next couple of years. Like, obviously, I was upset about Jalen Reagor, and it's clearly not panned out because Justin Jefferson was there. But it's like, I was also like, all right, let's see what the kid does. Clearly, he's done nothing. Like some of these picks considered home runs over years have been like I'm pretty sure it's like a 50% rate. Like 50% of the players drafted in the first round are like even good or play to their second contract.
It's really interesting when you hear like GMs talk about like what a successful first rounder is too, compared to like what like a fan's opinion. It's like a Hall of Famer type of thing. Like everyone
Yeah,
expects
no,
that,
like
but like a
maybe
GM,
makes a Pro Bowl.
like I was listening to Tomlin and Colbert break down the draft, and they're like, honestly, if you can re-sign a draft pick, you did a good job.
Yeah, that's what I was gonna say. I think even if they're
Because that's
obviously
4 years of production, and if you want an extra year, you did something right.
yes,
Right. Like if you want them for an additional time, like clearly you picked someone good that fit your franchise. Even if they're
exactly.
second or third string, like that's definitely helpful.
Yeah, especially if they're doing stuff outside the team, which usually a lot of people on the bench are.
Yeah.
Special teams, the real MVPs.
Hell yeah.
True. The special team grind. People don't talk about that.
It's crazy the amount of punters that got drafted though.
Dude, and the guy from San Diego State was not the first one. Have you seen any of that guy's highlights? He's insane. He's
I
like
was
the next Pat
surprised that
McAfee.
I was surprised the Rutgers punter didn't get drafted, unless I missed that. But his stats were he
was
hasn't
good.
had a touchback in 2 years.
What?
He's only in
how often is Rutgers getting past the 50-yard line?
it doesn't matter.
I know.
He had 5 touchbacks in 4 years of punting.
That's an insane stat, yes.
He had 38 inside the 20 last year.
That's ridiculous.
Yeah.
Wow.
I wonder if like Pat McAfee has literally made punters cool now. Like people want to be punters.
I don't know about wanting, but like it's
maybe not want, but make them
I feel like
want
he's
to be
brought a
better.
lot of attention to special teams as a whole.
I mean, he wrestled in WrestleMania. That's insane. I still can't get over that. Like he wrestled against Vince McMahon and won. He was insane. It was the coolest thing I've seen him do.
Yeah, we love Pat McAfee. We also love Reagan.
Yes, we do. That's a weekly thing we do on here. So Shane, did you see the video of Glue Girl Part 3?
No,
Part
was
3?
that.
Yeah.
Wait,
oh my gosh, I need to.
When was
find,
Part 3?
The last Grizzlies home game, not the one currently going on,
The
but
one where they lost.
Yeah.
No, the Timberwolves.
Or yes, the last
Or what the one where the
home
Timberwolves
game.
lost, yeah.
Now, when was that? The 29th? What was I doing?
That was Friday.
It's in my liked tweets probably. I will look at it. This security guard should have gotten drafted in the first round.
Oh, I saw these clips.
Oh my God. Did
The
you see it,
reaction
Ian?
time.
No, I didn't.
Oh my, he had eyes on her the second she stepped in that fucking building. He was sitting like three seats away, and I guess she dressed up as like a official, and she was gonna pretend to throw out the owner. So she was like on the floor. So first of all, you're paying a fuck ton of money to go to a playoff game that this owner's just gonna get. So your protest at this point is irrelevant.
Yeah, we were saying that last time. It doesn't make any sense to buy a ticket.
And so she hopped over, and the security guard just, bam, like 2 seconds was on her ass. Took her to the ground and just dragged her out limp. Like she ragdolled, and she was just dragged.
It was more impressive that like the players didn't even know it was going on. Like the ball was on the other side of the court, so like no one knew that this whole thing was happening.
It's so funny. I think it's just the funniest thing that's happened recently. I wanted more Timberwolves games because of that.
I get I sort of get the protest. Like it's a lot of chickens, but like at the same time, like they're infected.
Fuck those chickens.
Dude, fuck. What you want us to eat diseased chicken?
I don't know.
Well,
you don't want you to eat meat at all.
I'm just afraid of chickens, so fuck them.
You're afraid of chickens
and turkeys.
Fucking
more turkeys. Yeah.
RJ, John Morant has 26 points already. Just throwing that out there.
Dude, he had like 0 into the third quarter. I'm watching on my iPad over here. Like not this game. Like I think the game that they closed out, he had like 0 or 2 at halftime.
I think whoever wins this series goes for the Western Conference. I'm not sold on the Suns at this point anymore. And
No, me neither.
I mean, I get Devin Booker's hurt, but even still, like, I don't know.
I'm terrified for our series. I think Jimmy Butler is going to give us a giant middle finger up the ass.
I don't. So this will be the real test. And I mean, Harden's role is definitely not what people want it to be, but like this will be a real test for him of like,
Well, and
can you get a like, can you step up when
yeah,
we need you most, type of thing.
because Embiid's out the first 2 games, so
Right. I mean,
really
but
gotta
Harden's
step up.
role was
Probably
never,
game
I
3
need you.
too.
Never need you to drop 30. Like his role, like RJ, I was texting you about this. Like 20
Oh
points,
yeah,
10 assists. Like that's the perfect role for what they brought him in for, and he's done it
yeah,
extremely well.
yeah. He hasn't needed to really take over, and I almost kind of like it for the Sixers because you're almost saving him. Like he always, it wasn't like he always just stopped trying in the playoffs, and then he was just so tired because he was basically carrying the team. Like he doesn't have to do that because you've got Joel, Tobias Harris has stepped up, and Maxi's been great too. They finally decided to use him again last game. I couldn't believe game 5. He just sat in the corner, and I'm like, what are you doing? Move! You're the fastest player on the court right now. You should do something. But
Well, the crazy thing is like people forget how dominant Tobias Harris was through the playoffs, like in his whole career. Like he's always been extremely good.
yeah, and he just a lot of people were calling for his neck during the regular season because he wasn't showing up a lot, but he's
But you don't
been
need to. I guess that's the other point. Like
yeah. Him and Danny Green have been like low key. They were low key the MVPs of that series. Danny Green hit almost every 3 he put up. Almost every 3. I think he hit like 4 or 5 last game. It was insane.
I'm excited to watch the Mavs. I just think Luke is so much fun to watch.
They're playing the Suns, right?
Yep.
Yeah, that I think. Okay, earlier, what the fuck happened to the Celtics? I guess you didn't get to watch.
No, I was keeping up with the score, but I'm pulling up the box score now.
Ian, this is how I feel when we talk baseball sometimes.
It's okay.
I'm just kidding. We can talk a little baseball.
I try not to.
Around.
Yeah, I try not to get like too much into baseball because I know it is boring as fuck.
It's like I said last
People
week.
other than me.
Yeah, the highlights are good. I've completely turned around after I watched that Mets Cardinals brawl. I hate bench clearing brawls in baseball. They're so stupid. Why does the bullpen need to come out? They run out to stand. Stay there. Sit back there, chew your seeds, play a little catch, fuck around with each other. There's no reason for you to come out. Or if you're going to come out, I want there to be a bullpen fight in the outfield as well. Just stop there and fight each other.
Yeah, just get a jousting match going with the bats.
Yeah, something.
That would be cool.
The Pirates aren't doing as bad as I thought they would be.
I know.
Damn.
What the 9-12?
9-13.
9-13. Yeah, just lost today, right?
Yeah, I was expecting them to be down there with the Reds. So.
Or wait, did they lose yet? I know they were down 1-0 earlier in the sixth.
Yeah, they lost 5-2.
Oh.
The Mets haven't Mets yet either. They've been very good.
The Mets are fucking they're on one right now.
But
combined no hitter, yeah, they're on one right now.
But then they lost yesterday.
All right, Ian, what was your opinion on the perfect game pool?
Oh yeah, we talked about this.
For
Kershaw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Kershaw he wasn't throwing for 3 months in the offseason because he was hurt.
But I feel like
so this is like extended, and with a shortened spring training, it was still extended spring training for him.
I don't know. I feel like
that's a lot of pitches.
Him go for it.
That's a lot of pitches.
I don't know, but what was it that there hasn't been there's only been 20 something perfect games?
I think he would have been the 30th if he did it.
Yeah. So I mean, and baseball's been around since the dinosaurs roamed.
And he's probably going to be a Hall of Famer, I'd assume. I don't know. The Baseball Hall of Fame
is
fucking
100%.
weird. Well, maybe he pisses someone off and he doesn't later in life. But
Yeah.
they're worse than, like, I'd say Hall of Fame. It probably goes like, as far as makes sense, I'd say the NFL probably makes the most sense, NHL, and then baseball, basketball, because everyone gets it in basketball. They just put everyone.
I don't. My thing with the basketball is like it's a combined. Like it's not the NBA Hall of Fame. Like it's just the basketball.
That's true.
And
I like that better, honestly.
I don't.
No.
There's two. The league's called you have the WNBA and the NBA for a reason. Like that's two different leagues. Like
Never mind. I'm not gonna.
Well, I mean, it's not the baseball league because there is no women's league.
But like it's the MLB Hall of Fame. Like every
There is
league
no
has
football
their,
Hall of Fame
has
because
their
there is
own
no women's NFL.
Well, but not
each
even
league has
that.
their own individual though. Like why does basketball have to accumulate everything? And they include
True.
college too, don't they?
Yeah.
Oh,
like,
do they? Oh,
It's like
okay.
a holistic basketball. So it's like, why does this one
Gotcha.
sport have to be different?
So
That is, yeah.
Okay.
They
It's a
definitely
little
should,
bit
because
different.
I'm pretty sure there is just like a college basketball Hall of Fame too. I don't know
Yeah,
where
but
that
then
is.
like I think there's a college basketball, then there's like a general basketball, if I remember correctly.
Ian, I did end up watching the USFL instead of baseball yesterday too.
Hey, that's
The
totally
first
fine.
game. The first game was interesting. It was like there was a lot of fucking points going around. There was some good passing going on.
Yeah, so I was gonna ask you this last week. They can score negative points?
What?
Yeah, I was watching Easter weekend and it was like 17 to -7.
Was it maybe just a typo?
I think
No.
that might be a typo.
No,
I
it
will
wasn't.
Go on the website.
It wasn't.
Easter weekend. That was the first. That was
It
the
was the
first
first
weekend
weekend,
of it.
yeah.
Negative? No way. Did you take anything that day?
I am not just I
Be
swear to God.
honest.
I swear to God I was high, but you know that I'm high all the time, so it doesn't matter.
The final score was that, or in the middle?
No, just at one point in the game they had negative points.
I think you were on something.
I think you're fucking crazy.
I'm not seeing. I'm going by quarter.
Have you watched the first half of any game?
Yeah, I watched all of the 2 games yesterday.
How about the first week?
No, I was driving and traveling. I just looked. I just looked at the breakdown of the quarter. There was no negative.
Yeah, because the quarter didn't end in -7, but they had -7 at one point.
You got to go down like the whole scoring breakdown.
Yeah.
I think you're insane.
Go down the scoring breakdown.
No, I'm not doing that. That's
I'm not
take
crazy.
me forever.
You're the one that's crazy.
Someone else can correct us afterwards. That
USFL negative points. That's all you got to type in.
Well, then why don't you do it? Don't ask me to do it. I'm the one that I know I'm right. I don't need to prove my point.
Cowboys Nation on Twitter. Wait, what I missed? Why does the USFL team have negative points? Is this a thing, or is it just a mistake on the broadcast? It was not a mistake.
Says who? A Twitter reply?
They know all.
Because I'll take that as gold.
Oh,
okay. Uh-huh.
Wait.
I don't think any sport has negative at all.
Well, no, that's why I was so confused. I was like,
I think it was a broadcast.
That's why I wanted to ask.
Because it is. They always try and do some weird shit during these broadcasts for these spring leagues, and it's always weird and awful. And I don't understand why. There's literally a go-kart on, not a go-kart. There's like a RC little car with a camera.
Oh, I see. It then for some reason the possession arrow looks like a negative. It looks just like a minus sign.
Oh,
that's dumb.
Yeah, that is dumb.
I wasn't listening to it with the sound on, to be honest, so
I
didn't know what was going on.
I mean, it's not going to last. I'm just watching while it is, just to say I was there.
Is it not going to last? Like, is it not good?
It's not great. There's been some good games, but like some of the over-unders were like 38. Like, for most games.
I mean, like,
that happens in the NFL.
Yeah, between 2 bad teams or 2 defensive teams, but like this is every game. a lot of them are low. There's some good players that I think might get like picked up. I mean, you saw it out of the the AAF? That was a ridiculous league. But they have weird like you can do your extra point. You can kick it for 1 point. I think it's a play from the 5 for 2, and then a play from the 10 for 3 points.
That's pretty cool.
I haven't seen a 3-point play yet.
Yeah, I feel like that's a lofty endeavor.
You would think that they would tell them to like they in their contracts the first 2 years you have to run it at least once a game. Like, this is a new feature. The NFL will never change that. I don't think they're ever going to change the extra point thing.
Oh no, maybe they change the distance. I think they should change it back.
Move further back.
No, I think them moving it to the, what is it? It's like a 35-yard field goal now instead of an 8-yard field goal.
Yeah.
It definitely has made games a lot more interesting with people missing field goals to win the game, basically.
So yeah, I think the extra point problem is solved in the NFL.
Yeah, I think that's fine. I don't know. Are there any rules you guys would change for the NFL? I hate holding. Just the 15 yards.
Well, I think that I don't know. I'm convinced that they need the eye in the sky ref. Like, why do they not have a ref in the box?
Oh, yeah, that's dumb. They need VAR, basically.
Yeah,
that would be cool.
I'm trying to think of what other stupid rules there are.
I hate holding. I hate that it's a 10-yard penalty. I don't get that. Why can't it just be 5? A holding penalty? Oh. It's literally just a drive. I mean, you can just say don't hold, but there's holding on every single play, and it just kills a drive.
Trust me, I know. I watch TJ Watt every week. It's insane.
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm just like,
I don't think there's much.
What was it that? Aren't there a bunch of new refs going to be coming in here shortly too?
Oh no, that's not good. Oh god.
Well, I forget where I heard it, but it was like there's a large portion of like reffing crews that have openings. So
this is going to be like a replacement ref situation.
Yeah, I'm thinking it's going to be a little bit rough at first.
I wish they would almost blow the whistle less, because there's some games where it's like, good God, every other play, it's like, what would happen now? And it's not even just one team or the other. It's both. It's
like watching field hockey.
Yeah. Oh my God. Field hockey. There's a whistle every 2 seconds. I remember in high school, I went to one of my friend's games, and I got like halfway through, and during halftime went over, I was like, I can't watch this anymore. I'm leaving.
And they never argue it. That's what I've also learned. Like, they always just accept the whistle and just like keep running.
Yeah, it's because the women need a break. Joking.
And that's the podcast, everyone.
In my chair, not doing anything. Hey.
Any other news, or is that it?
Grizz Warriors tie game with a minute left.
It's coming down to it. I've never seen, just eyeball test, I've never seen so many 3-pointers hit in my life.
Well, how many have they shot tonight?
I don't know. It's been a lot, but
the Warriors shot 30. The Warriors have shot 35, and the Grizz have shot 40.
Yeah, how many? And the Grizzlies have made a fuck ton too. I think they both
16.
have. Oh,
I mean, that's still a lot.
Yes.
Nothing. The Heat shot 52 in that game against the Bucks, their last game, or something.
Wow.
It was something ridiculous like that.
Christ.
I think it was the Bulls franchise record for like most 3 shot, and then the most 3 and the worst shooting performance.
Oh yeah, they like didn't hit any, did they?
No, let me see if I can find it.
They
were 15 for 52 from 3.
Oh my God,
that was bad.
At some point, you got to be like, guys, this is not working for us. We should probably stop. Or is your mindset, these eventually got to just start falling at some point?
I don't know. Like, it's crazy to me that DeMar DeRozan does not shoot threes.
Yeah, I don't. The Celtics game earlier, the Bucks basically just took what the Celtics did, and like they just fought fire with fire. They absolutely bullied them. It was not even. Every time the Celtics started to kind of pull back in, it was just like Giannis wide open in the middle for a massive dunk. It's like,
Yeah, and
Giannis.
from what I saw, Tatum didn't shoot very well either.
no, I mean they locked them down. They never really let it get any. Once they really pulled away, it never got any closer than like 6, I think.
Yeah, I think the Sixers are the only team that really has an answer to the Bucks in terms of like a size matchup.
Yeah,
But even
and
still, like Joel Embiid is not the same athleticism as Giannis. I mean, no one is at this point.
no, he's much slower. Giannis is a freak.
The Greek freak.
Like I don't watch basketball as much, but I think I watched their closeout game against the Bulls, and I was like, how does he not score like 35 plus every day? It's
I
insane.
mean, he averages like 28 or something like that.
Yeah, it's insane. He just
That's crazy.
All right. Well, good
Fuck
talk,
yeah, dude.
boys. This was good. I had fun.
Hell yeah.
Sweating. Ian, do you sweat when we podcast? Because by the end of it, I'm always so hot.
No, how hot is it in your house?
It's not. I have the windows open, but I don't know. I get excited.
Are you just over here like?
I guess last 2 episodes.
Get a podcast.
This one
He's
not
just clenching his cheeks the whole time.
This one's not so bad. The last 2, I definitely where I was just getting real heated and started yelling and stuff. I definitely was sweating because I was just too hot.
Yeah, when you kept that hat on and the glasses on last time, I'm sure there was sweat under there.
Yeah. It was a lot. I went back and watched that, and I didn't succeed in talking as much less as I wanted to. Having
It
a
was
third
good.
person,
No, it was totally fine. I thought it was good.
Yeah. But alrighty.
I'm here for the zingers.
You are. That a lot go over my head. Watching back, I'm like, why didn't I get that right away?
Just on a train of thought that sometimes it's hard to get off.
Yeah, exactly. Choo choo.
Choo choo, motherfucker.